everybody, my name's Arnel. Donald Trump has won the US election. Together, let's listen to his victory speech. In today's lesson, you will practice your listening skill and learn some advanced vocabulary. This speech and the future speeches Trump will make will be referenced frequently in the news. Today's lesson can help you understand those references. So, if you've enjoyed today's lesson, if you learned something new, be sure to give this video a like. And let me know in the comments if you want me to make more lessons like this in the future. I think it's time to start. Okay, from the beginning, let's go.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Okay, I need to stop here just for a second. We can hear everyone saying, USA, USA. This verb is to chant. And I have the verb forms for you here. Chant, chanted, chanted. Chant is a regular verb. So it means to repeat a phrase again and again. For example, Nikki chants while she meditates. Chant. In this speech, you're going to hear a lot of chanting.
Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before.
Right. Movement. We have thousands of friends in this incredible movement. So a movement is a group of people who want change. In the news, you'll hear about political movements, social movements. Maybe you've heard of the Me Too movement. You know, this group, they want change.
And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond.
Okay, I have two more things for you here. Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. Frankly is used to introduce an honest or direct opinion. This can be a good or bad opinion. You're being really honest. Frankly, I don't think Roberta deserved the promotion. Frankly, she's a much better singer than Amy. Of all time. This is a great little phrase. We have superlative adjective plus of all time. And we mean something that has ever existed, from the past to the present. He is the fastest runner of all time. He's the fastest runner that has ever existed. It was the most brutal war of all time.
And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that.
There's a lot to unpack here. Let's start with the first one. We're going to help our country heal. Heal is another regular verb. Heal, healed, healed. This means to recover and get better. My nasty cut is healing slowly. So of course our bodies can heal. Perhaps our hearts can heal. And in this case, he means he wants to help our country heal. The next one, we're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix our borders. And I highlighted this one because in this speech, and whenever Trump makes speeches, he often just says gonna. We're gonna fix our borders. And if you hear gonna, you know he means going to. And remember, when you're writing maybe an essay or you're typing an email, you want to spell the full form, going to. Gonna is just in spoken English or maybe a text message to a friend. So during the speech, listen to gonna. He says it a lot. And of course, gonna means this is a future intention. It's your future plan. We made history for a reason tonight. To make history is such a great phrase. It's to do something that no one has done before. This will be in history books. If you make history, you're gonna be in a history book. Amelia Earhart made history in 1932 when she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Let's keep going with the speech.
We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Okay. Earlier, we looked at the verb chant, when people chant. Here, this is to cheer. Cheer, cheered, cheered. Like, woo, yay! So it means to shout in an excited way. The fans cheered when their team scored a point. So, in today's speech, you're gonna hear a lot of chanting and cheering.
And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would...
Okay. On the screen, I put the different states he was mentioning. Okay. In addition to having won the battleground states of, and then all the states I put on the screen. In addition to, it's a great phrase, really common. You can use it in your writing. This is a more formal way to say and. In addition to managing the budget, Peter oversees the hiring process. And notice how you can switch the clauses around? Same thing, no problem. Peter oversees the hiring process in addition to managing the budget. And little grammar note, because to is a preposition, you can see it's followed by the ing form. In addition to having, in addition to managing. Battleground states. If you were following this election, you would have heard a lot about battleground states. And this means states with an almost even number of Republican and Democratic voters. It becomes kind of like a battle.
Result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes, but it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great.
In the US, the voting system is a little bit complicated. It's not as simple as the person with the most votes wins. There are two types of votes. There is the popular vote and the electoral vote. So the popular vote makes sense. It means how many people voted. Electoral votes are votes based on the Electoral College. You know, I would kind of need a full lesson just to explain the Electoral College. But I have an image here for you. You can see Donald Trump won the popular vote. You can see he has more votes. And he got more electoral votes. To become the president, you need at least 270 electoral votes. Lots of cheering, lots of chanting, so I'm just gonna speed this part up.
And winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. It's a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president.
Okay, I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say, to look back. This is a nice little phrase. Look is a regular verb. Look, looked, looked. This means you think about something in the past. You're kind of reminiscing. Martina looks back at her time in college as some of the best years of her life. Look back, kind of like you're literally looking back to your past.
This group of great people. America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back.
Okay, America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. Let's look at the first one. This is an adjective. Unprecedented. Unprecedented. This means never happened before. Like, the COVID-19 pandemic caused an unprecedented disruption to daily life. Mandate. Mandate. Here it's been used as a noun. The authority, power, given to someone who was elected. Jasmine has a mandate from the community to lead the local council in a new direction.
Control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady.
Okay. First one, the MAGA movement. I'm sure you've seen MAGA. MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. And then there's that word movement, the MAGA movement. And you know, Make America Great Again was Trump's slogan throughout his campaign. Want to. Want to is often heard and pronounced wanna. Again, wanna is not the standard spelling. When you're writing, please write want to. But you'll hear people say wanna. I wanna also think. First Lady. First Lady means the woman who is married to the president. So Donald Trump is a new president and Melania Trump is the First Lady.
Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that? I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance. And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Usha Vance. And he is a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said...
Okay, let's look at 2 adjectives. And his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife. Remarkable. Remarkable. This means very special, extraordinary. It's so special that you notice it. So it's very nice to call someone remarkable. The artist's ability to capture emotion in her paintings is remarkable. The next adjective is a fun one. Feisty. Feisty. This means full of energy and perhaps a little aggressive. You know, when I hear the adjective feisty, I think about a little dog. Really feisty. Mumu is a feisty little dog who loves to play and bark loudly. So here when Trump said, and he's a feisty guy, isn't he? The audience laughed because it's kind of a funny way to describe someone.
Say a couple of words, David.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America.
First one. Let's look at that first one at the top. I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. If you go back and listen, he says, join you. And I wanted to highlight that because it should be you when you're writing, write you, But many times you'll hear Americans say, yeah. It's just a very short way to say you. To join you on this incredible journey. I wanted to highlight that for you. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. This is a great idiom. To place or put. To place or put your trust in someone means you trust someone because you believe they are reliable and honest. After years of working together, I have no doubt in placing my trust in him. Next sentence. I think we just witnessed the greatest political comeback. Let's look at the verb first. To witness. This is a formal way to say, see something happen. Like, Christina witnessed the robbery and reported it to the police. She saw the robbery. A comeback. A comeback. The return to your position of success. So this is Trump's comeback. He was president back in 2016, lost the 2020 election. Now he's back in 2024. This is a comeback. After a few tough years, the company made an incredible comeback. The pop star is planning a comeback tour. So comeback in the green is an adjective. I wanted to give you an example with the adjective because that's also pretty common.
And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
Thank you very much. He's turned out to be a good choice. I took a little heat at the beginning, but he was, I knew the brain was a good one, about as good as it gets. And we love the family, and we're going to have a great 4 years, and we're going to turn our country around, make it something very special.
Okay, first one. I took a little heat at the beginning. To take some heat or to take a little heat means to be severely criticized. And here Trump is referring to picking J.D. Vance as vice president. Ooh, he was criticized for this. The CEO took some heat for his decision to move the factories abroad. And think about heat, like when you're criticized, you get a bit hot, right? You're taking the heat. We're going to turn our country around. Turn something around to make a complete change in a better way. I mean, it's kind of like you literally, what do I have? Ooh. See, I'm trying to show you guys a really simple example. Okay, it's kind of like you literally turn something around. You completely change it. With extra help from her teacher, Paula managed to turn her grades around.
It lost that little thing called special. We have to make it so. We're going to make this so great. We're going to have to seal up those borders, and we're going to have to let people come into our country. We want people to come back in, but we have to let them come back in, but they have to come in legally. They have to come in legally.
Here we see we're going to have to seal up those borders. Seal up is a phrasal verb. This means to close something completely. Make sure you seal up the box with tape. So seal up is a phrasal verb, but the noun seal is something that closes something. Like here we have a very old-fashioned seal. You know, people used to seal the verb. They used to seal their letters with a wax seal. And yes, in English, this animal is also a seal, but it has nothing to do with the borders. They have to come in legally. You will hear this a lot in the news, not just to do with the election. I have a little chart for you here. Legal, legally. Illegal, illegally. If something is legal, it's following the law. If it's illegal or done illegally, it's not following the law. Hugh and Trudy are going through a legal process to adopt a child from abroad. Abroad means from a different country. You are legally required to wear a seatbelt while driving. It is illegal. It is illegal to text while driving. The items were imported illegally. Okay, here he's thanking a lot of people. Not really much is happening, so I'm speeding this part up.
This wasn't expected, but I just want to thank, obviously, President Trump for this journey. It was a great one, and he's a hell of a candidate, and he's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. And this team that we had, the best team. And
okay, he's a hell of a candidate. He's going to be a hell of a great 47th president. So, mini reminder, in English we have heaven, and then we have hell. And hell is used in a lot of expressions. So if we say a hell of a plus noun, this is very informal, by the way. This means very good. What? Hell is bad, but it can mean very good? Yeah, that's the expression. So I can say, Bridget is a hell of a cook. Her food is amazing. It can also mean difficult or challenging. Getting everyone to agree on the plan was a hell of an ordeal. So depending on the context, you know if it's good or bad.
even my boss, Susie Wiles, the best. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Susie. Look at her, she's shy. I've never seen her be shy before. Susie, they're great. Everybody up here is great. Everybody up here is very special. But the Trump, who did you say? Oh, let me tell you, we have a new star. A star is born, Elon.
Okay, here I'm speeding this part up as well because he's talking about the SpaceX rocket that managed to land. So you'll see him gesturing like this.
And but I saw it come down and turn around. And it was, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. It looks a little smaller than that, but it's big. And it came down.
You know, it's like 22 stories tall, by the way. And he's talking about the rocket. The rocket is 22 stories tall. So look at this card here. I have the American spelling and the British spelling. A story or stories mean the levels in a building. So I can say the skyscraper has 50 stories. So we can say stories, we mean floors. By the way is a really common one, and you can start using it. This is used to add extra information that usually isn't related to anything. I mean, this is his victory speech. He's talking about a SpaceX rocket. And is how big the rocket is important? No, but he's just saying it's 22 stories tall, by the way. Let's do another example. See you tomorrow at Nathan's party. Oh, by the way, did you see the picture James posted in the group chat? So you can see by the way can begin a sentence or it can go at the end of a sentence.
And down, and you saw that fire burning.
Okay, more SpaceX talk. Let's speed this up. You can see him gesturing the rocket.
And when we had the tragic Hurricane Helene, and it hit North Carolina, they were really devastated. The water, this was a big water, as big as...
Okay, we had the tragic Hurricane Helene. Tragic is the adjective, and then tragedy is a noun. This is a horrible situation, often involving death. So we can say the news of her sudden passing was tragic and shocked everyone who knew her. So we don't just mean a little sad, we mean exceptionally, extremely sad and terrible. In the next sentence, I want to look at two things. First of all, I've underlined hit. When a natural disaster like a hurricane, earthquakes, tsunamis hit plus location, this means this is where they arrive, this is where they cause damage. The tsunami hit the coastline within minutes, causing massive destruction. And this sentence here, you can see Trump is thinking. It's not a clear sentence. And it particularly hit North Carolina. He's gathering his ideas together. A lot of students say to me, I'm nervous about making mistakes. I'm nervous about speaking with native English speakers. Well, here we have a great example that it's not uncommon when you're trying to put your thoughts together to not have a perfectly formulated sentence. So here it should be, and it hit North Carolina in particular, or, and it particularly hit North Carolina. So when you're speaking English, take your time. It's okay to gather your thoughts. Next one, devastated. Devastated. A place is physically destroyed. It can also mean to be emotionally destroyed. The family was devastated when they heard the tragic news.
Instead of nothing, fields became lakes, and the danger was unbelievable. And the people from North Carolina came to me and they said, would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We need Starlink. I said, what's Starlink? It's a form of communication. So I called Elon.
Let's look at this question here. Would it be possible, at all possible, for you to speak to Elon Musk? We use this question, would it be at all possible, when you want to ask someone, is this possible in any way? And normally we're not asking for something simple. Like we wouldn't say, would it be at all possible to borrow your pen? We're kind of asking for something that might take quite a bit of effort. Would it be at all possible to reschedule the meeting for next week? Starlink. I know many of you have heard of Starlink, and it can connect people to the internet. More about Starlink?
But he's a character, he's a special guy, he's a super genius. We have to...
He's a character. If we say someone is a character, we mean this person is unusual, funny, or eccentric. At first, Julie seems quiet, But once you get to know her, she's quite the character. I mean, look at this lady. She's wearing a bright, colorful Hawaiian shirt. She has on the big sunglasses. She's holding a pineapple. I wouldn't say most people dress like this. We can say, ooh, she's a character. She's a character. Okay, here he's looking for someone. Again, lots of thank yous. Not that much is going on here.
I want to thank some people real quick. I want to thank the Nelk Boys, Aiden Ross, Theo Vaughn, Bustin' with the Boys, and last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan.
And last but not least, the mighty and powerful Joe Rogan. Last but not least, it's such a great phrase. This means this is the last on the list, but it's not the least important. Like when you're running a race, the last person is the loser. But this expression means even though you are last, you are not less important. And last but not least, I'd like to invite Kim to the stage to say a few words. So even though Kim is last, she's not the least important. She just happens to be last. Mighty, mighty. This means having great power and strength. With a mighty roar, the lion leapt forward, very strong and powerful. And this is a roar. You know, the sound a lion, a tiger, or a bear would make.
And thank you, America. Thank you. Have a good night.
That is a piece of work. No, he's really an amazing guy. But most of all, I want to thank the millions of hardworking Americans across the nation who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. We've been through so much together, and today...
Okay, that is a piece of work. You heard the audience laugh. It's kind of a funny thing to say about someone. Everyone knows Trump is joking. If we say he or she is a piece of work, this means they are a difficult person. Ariel's ex-husband is a piece of work. I'm not surprised she divorced him. Who have always been the heart and soul of this really great movement. The heart and soul of something. You know, we have our heart and we have our soul, which is like our spirit. And this means the core, the most important part. Maria is the heart and soul of the team. She keeps everyone motivated and on track. So even though there are lots of team members, she's really the most important part. She's the heart and soul. Whew, okay, we've done a lot already. This is quite a long speech. You know, I've sped up a lot of parts. I even cut some parts out. Otherwise, we'd be here for like 2 hours. But if you want all this information in a PDF, you can join my membership and download all of the notes. I'll leave my membership link down below for you. Let's keep going. We can do this. Let's do some more of this.
Showed up in record numbers to deliver a victory like really, probably like no other. This was something special, and we're gonna pay you back. We're gonna do the best job. We're gonna turn it around. It's got to be turned around. It's got to be turned around fast, and we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna do it in every way, with so many ways, but we're gonna do it in every way. This will forever be remembered as the day the American people regained control of their country. So I just want to say that on behalf of this great group of people, these are hard-working
we see people. Wanna again. When you're writing, please write want to, but you're gonna hear wanna. On behalf of. This is a very formal phrase. This means to represent a person or their words. Mitch accepted the award on behalf of his boss who couldn't attend the ceremony. So maybe his boss had a family emergency, maybe his boss was on vacation. Mitch accepted the award In place of his boss, he represented his boss. On behalf of the entire team, I want to thank you for your hard work and dedication to the project. So I'm the representative of the team. I can say thank you for everyone.
They're fantastic people, and we can add a few names like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He came in. And he's going to help make America healthy again.
Everyone in the crowd is chanting, Bobby, Bobby. That's because Bobby and Bob, those are nicknames for Robert. Robert is a pretty common name. So if you have someone, a friend, a colleague, and they're called Robert, they might say, call me Bobby or call me Bob. Those are two of the nicknames for Robert.
And now he's a great guy, and he really means it. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. I just said, but Bobby, leave the oil to me.
Okay. He wants to do some things, and we're going to let him go to it. Go to it means to start a task with lots of energy and enthusiasm. You've got the plan. Now go to it and show us what you can do. Leave it to me. Bobby, leave the oil to me. This means I'll do it, not you. And this isn't rude. It's not like I can do it, you can't. It just means I'll do it. You don't need to do it. I'll take care of the wedding invitations. Just leave it to me. I'll do it.
I'll never be doing a rally again. Can you believe it? I think we've done 900 rallies approximately from them. Can you imagine? 900, 901, something, a lot of rallies. And it was sad. Everybody was sad.
I'll never be doing a rally again. I think we've done 900 rallies approximately. A rally is a large public meeting for gathering support or showing support. Zach attended the political rally to show his support for the local candidate. And we can see here a little rally image. The next one, Trump says a lot of rallies. Alotta is a short contracted form for a lot of. When you're writing, please write a lot of, but you'll hear people say a lot of time, a lot of people, a lot of ice cream.
People, I said, this is our last rally, but now we're going on to something that's far more important, because the rallies were used for us to be put in this position where we can really help our country. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make our country better than it ever has been. And I said that many people have told me that God spared my life for a reason. And that reason was to save our country and to restore America to greatness. And now we are going to fulfill that mission together. We're going to fulfill that mission. The task before us will not be easy, but I will bring every ounce of energy, spirit, and fight that I have in my soul to the job that you've entrusted to me.
God spared my life for a reason. I know I've seen that quote in quite a few headlines. To spare means to not harm, to not damage, to not hurt. During the hostage situation, the women and children were spared and allowed to leave first. They were not harmed. Fulfill. And now we are going to fulfill that mission. You can fulfill a mission, a duty, promise, role, request, and this means to complete. You do it. So he's saying we are going to fulfill that mission. The next one is quite formal. To entrust someone to do something. This means you trust someone with a task. The manager entrusted John to oversee the project from start to finish. So in this speech, Donald Trump is saying, to the job that you've entrusted to me, that you've trusted me with.
Great job. There's no job. I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. We're going to keep our promises. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you, the people. We will make America.
I will govern by a simple motto: promises made, promises kept. Motto. A motto is a short sentence or phrase about a personal belief. My boss's motto is, teamwork makes the dream work. So a motto is usually something special, it's fun. Imagine a motto is something you could have printed on a mug, something like that. Nothing will stop me from keeping my word to you. To keep one's word. This means to keep your promise. Even though things were tough, Hank kept his word and paid back the loan. So even though Hank didn't have a lot of money, he kept his promise and returned the money.
America safe, strong, by all putting America first. We have to put our country first for at least a period of time. We have to fix it. Because together we can truly make America great again for all Americans. So I want to just tell you what a great honor this is. I want to thank you. I will not let you down. America's future will be bigger, better, bolder.
We have to put our country first. To put something first means you make it a priority. I know you love your job, but remember to put your health first. Make your health your priority. I will not let you down. Let someone down means to disappoint someone. Rachel was afraid she would let her parents down if she didn't go to college, that she might disappoint her parents. A lot of times this is used in the negative. I will not let you down. Okay, so the speech continues. I think it continues for another couple of minutes, but that's it for today's lesson. In the comments, you can even practice some of the new pieces of vocabulary you learned. And as you read the news, as you watch the news, I hope you hear some of today's vocabulary and expressions. Please tell me, did you enjoy this type of lesson? Let me know. I always love hearing from you. I can't wait to make another lesson for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!